250 people in here. Y'all are great. Early bird gets the deck tech. All right, so we've got blue-green self-mill here. We've got the Risen Reef Elementals core with Cavalier of Thorns. Cavalier of Thorns mills us for 5. Tamiyo on her plus mills you for 4. We've got some replicates here to create copies of Cavalier of Thorns and Risen Reef to get more value and churn through our deck. And then we've got 2 copies of Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, to let us win the game when we deck out. We can also just win the game by attacking. We've got a little bit of a mass manipulation backup plan because we've got a lot of acceleration in our deck otherwise. And Tamiyo and Cavalier of Thorns allow us to pick Jace back up out of the discard pile should he get milled over there. The big question in my mind is, will we be able to stunt or keep the aggressive decks at bay to not run us over? I'm actually going to make one small change here. I'm going to flip this 4th Drake to a 3rd Brontodon, because there's been a lot of vampires around lately, and while Drake is obviously very good against the red deck, Brontodon is much better against vampires, and it's also fine against red, so I'm going to split the difference on these. What do we do against main board Unmoored Ego? Well, you can just attack them. You can just attack with Cavaliers. That's a legal play. You can also just mass manipulation them and take their threat and beat them over the head with it. Play good, yeah, exactly, right? Give them a thumbs up because they cast Unmoored Ego. Is the split clone better to play than the upside of having the jumpstart clone that can be cast from the graveyard when milled? That's an interesting thought. Is it better than crackling whatever? Because both of those only copy your own thing, right? Yeah, I don't know how useful I envision the stifle being. It could be that the jumpstart one's just better. We're definitely gonna have extra lands around, so that is the case. I'd assume there's no Spark Double because there's just only so much room for slow, clunky effects like that. And we have 4 of this card, so playing more than 4 of an effect like this is probably too much. You're just gonna die too often. Remember, cards like this, one of the nice things about this card is it's not fully dead when you don't have a threat in play, which is very true of a lot of effects like this. Well, so far, we're really bad at drawing lands. I gotta throw 2 cards back here. Let's do that. Hold on to these. If we find a Risen Reef, replicating a Risen Reef gives us a way to get back in this game potentially. Yeah, it'll be, and that's something we're gonna want to think about while we play this. How often is the Repudiate or whatever this is called side relevant versus when being able to jumpstart would be good. My 0-3 does not line up well into a 3-1. Jace does go to 5 at least right away, so I can play him into a board where there's a little bit of pressure and he won't die immediately. So when you resub Monster Man, sometimes you have to refresh your browser page to send the alert through. Feels dead, man. Looks like we're playing against Boros Feather here. Yeah, a few of the Feather decks have been playing Tomic because it's a 2-drop that you can Reckless Rage off of, and it's also a card that shuts off your opponent's Nissas. I think we're dead. And Looking at this deck, I would not be surprised if most of our aggro decks go the way that one just went. Which is that like? We just kind of get run over. Mass Manip's a little slow. Main deck Negate's not super relevant. Yeah, we had a bad start too, and their start was fine. I'm gonna leave all the Cavalier of Thorns. I'm gonna trim the Tamiyo. It's probably have a hard-ish time protecting the Planeswalkers. Yeah, things like Mono Blue and the blue-green flash deck seem interesting. I hope the blue-green flash deck has staying power. That's the type of deck I really like playing. So if that one sticks around, I can definitely see that being the deck that I end up playing in like fandom tournaments or stuff like that. Any other standard events I care about. The types of play patterns that deck creates are ones that I enjoy. Yeah, this is fine. Not amazing, but fine. Getting married today, but I have some time to kill and watch the memes. The actual day of the wedding is just like, you don't do a whole lot. A lot of waiting. And congrats. Yeah, I'm in for a bird. Protection from red lets it block feather and their what's it called? How does M20 standard feel so far? Better than war? Well, Esper Hero with no new cards other than temples won the fandom event yesterday. So that's a thing. And while obviously that one tournament isn't the end-all be-all, so I'm electing not to attack here just because they have red haste creatures and dealing 1 point of damage to them isn't potentially worth taking extra damage on the backswing. Let's do this and see where we end up. Yikes. Zek Fan, thanks for the 3/4 of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. The litmus test for these various elemental decks is can they keep up with things like White Weenie or like vampires or mono red. No, they just didn't attack. Oh, do we have bleed purple cheers giving bonuses again? That's exciting. I like free extra money. Plus this, a name Risen Reef, I think. I think that's the one I want. Look at that. Yeah, I agree. I think like the big things that's changed from M20 will be like decks like Feather that were like close to like being great will just like move into being reasonable. Like it added a lot of small subtle upgrades to decks that like already existed. Honestly, I wish the formats just kind of rotated more often. I feel like that would be ideal. Tamiyo can go to 4. So the 3 free timers per turn. I try. I don't know what it is about people. I don't agree with your politics. Man, my politics aren't really that earth-shaking, right? My politics are basically treat people like people. So, like, if you feel it necessary to, like, announce that you don't agree with my politics, you're probably pretty rancid. Like, give people health care. Give people basic human respect and decency. I forget that things like that are considered super liberal and controversial in America, which is super fucked up. It is what it is, I guess. Yeah, sorry, it's daytime. I need to work on swearing less. In fact, tubers, I don't need your money. I don't need your money. Go watch someone else. This comes into play untapped off a Cavalier. I already have 4 though, right? Because I have 2 elves. Yeah, let's just scry. I guess I could have gotten an island and played Jace.
I am Tamiyo.
Our deck's down to 32 cards in already, so I plus Tamiyo. What do I want off of Tam here? There's 3 replicates. Let's grab a replicate. Let's plus for replicate.
To the library.
Yeah, green Cavalier's real good here. Oh, I could have gotten the land and played a second Cavalier of Thorns. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I didn't think about that. I think playing the Tamiyo is fine. Tamiyo mills 4 cards every turn, which is pretty powerful for what we're getting set up with. USD Square, thanks for the brand new Prime Support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. What deck would I take if I wanted to go? I don't know. It depends on how much I hated myself and how badly I wanted to win. You know what I really appreciate, Jeff? You actually put your money where your mouth is. I don't need your money is something I find completely awesome. I came here because my friend told me you had solid gameplay and stayed because you're a solid person. Sub for the politics. Thanks, Square. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was a weird attack. Maybe they just thought I wouldn't call their bluff. Because like I don't care if this dies. Maybe they thought I cared if this dies. So this is actually kind of sweet here. We get to grab this, and I get to go Cavalier of Thorns into Replicate. We're actually down to 22 cards in our deck already. We're gonna do the thing. I'm excited we're gonna get to do the thing. Yeah, I think it was just a bluff that didn't pay off. Instead of Arcbow. You can actually find my preferred Naya Feather deck on my website, jeffhoagland.com. Actually, I have cut the Arcbows. So I have Season of Growths in the main deck in the configuration on my site, a Ninja Turtle Jr. And I have, what's it called? Gideon's in the sideboard. Gideon is a card that I've been impressed with. You know, Jerry, it's, kids really like me. I don't know if it's because I'm funny looking or because I'm funny sounding, but like, kids and I always get along. We were, it was funny. Christy and I took the kids to the pool the last two evenings after school. And like, Christy is like super prepared. Like she brings like a giant bag and a half of like pool toys. So like, our kids, like, when the kids get out to play, it's just like everybody has nets and toy sharks and fish and rings, and we're basically like the pool toy socialists. It's like all the kids can have toys to play with. Yeah, I take a lot of crap, Jensen. Like, I mean, honestly, I think it's wild. So this hand's a little speculative, but I'm on the draw with the scry, so let's do it. YOLO. I can't think of anything, I don't think any of my political positions are radical. So like, to like come in and feel the need to announce that you like fundamentally disagree with my political positions, I don't know. Like, it's just so weird to me. It's a very like millennial thing to need to announce your displeasure. This is fine. I get to go tap land into Elf here. This is fine. We're good. We get to play Risen Reef next turn and then light curve into these bad boys. Just gotta believe. And by that I mean this elf is 300% going to die. Oh no! How do I ever beat it to Kotley on our guard? Yeah, 10 out of 10 blue. And thanks for the bleed purple cherry. Appreciate that. That's rude. wonder if this deck wants some incubate. I probably don't have enough hits for incubation and congruity, unfortunately. Reckless Rage. We are very dead to this card. Reckless Rage. They break clears. We do. We do. We actually have a surprisingly high pool toy return rate. Think of our last four pool sessions. We've only failed to recover one toy. I mean, for the record, I think it's important that people talk about politics. In fact, if you're someone who supports anyone other than the Grand Old Party, you should definitely be willing to talk about politics in the United States, because not talking about politics and making it taboo keeps the Grand Old Party in power, because when people vote, the GOP loses. That's just what the data says. There's a reason why they're the party of voter suppression. Oh, my Risen Reef doesn't work either. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. Do I have reasonable answers to Cotli Honor Guards in my colors? Yeah, it's like wages, right? When people tell you not to talk about how much you make, it's because they don't want your coworker to know that they're making less than you for the same job. I thought I wasn't playing. I said I was taking this morning off. Yeah, it's like that same like they're all the same dribble, like that kind of stuff is pro GOP stuff as well, because like implying that they're all the same is just like patently incorrect. But like if you create voter apathy, it's good for the GOP. GOP is the Republican Party. Sorry, for people that aren't familiar with the Grand Old Party, the GOP refers that's the Republican Party in the United States. They're acronyms. Synonyms. Level 47 already. I might have bought some experience because I wanted some foils. I have a problem. Don't at me. Alright, so we don't have enough creatures to play Incubation Incongruity, unfortunately. I usually want to be like north of 24 for Incubation Incongruity. Love! Thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, all the money I put into Arena gets written off at the end of the year. Titanic Brawl. So, like, I have, like, Titanic Brawl, and I have, like, Thrash Threat. What's the Bite card? There's a Bite card. You could technically play Rabbit Bite, but this is a sorcery. Do I want Rabbit Bite? I feel like I want some kind of fight. I feel like I want some kind of fight. Maybe I just ignore Tocatli Honor Guard and like go about my business. Yeah, the fact that Bite's not a fight but just a deal damage is nice. I don't actually have that many big creatures in this deck though either. I think I just suck it up and accept that we're dead to Tocatli Honor Guard. I think we're just dead to Tocatli Honor Guard. I guess I could play Incubation Incongruity for just the Incongruity half. That could be a possibility. So to someone that asked about the small alarm style sound in the background, that's my air conditioning unit outside. I'm gonna need to make getting my other office done a priority. Although I guess by the time it gets done, summer's probably gonna be over, so it's like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. I'm gonna be honest, Mick Cody, I don't have a good baseline because like my income like last year was so different than the year before, because last year was my first year doing Twitch stuff full time. So like, again, the reason why I didn't play something like Vivian is the same reason I didn't put other fight cards in. I also think something like Vivian, like, we just don't have a lot of creatures that can actually fight things in this deck. We don't have a lot of big creatures. Hinterland Harbor does finally have a foil. Now we just have these ugly temples that don't have foils. Yeah, I agree. In fact, I could probably make the arena music slightly louder. I'm gonna do that. I think it'll cover up pretty okay. Alright, so we didn't hit the land that we wanted to ramp into to play this next turn, but I get to double Leafkin, which is nice. Hey, Blade Knight, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate the support. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday wherever you're at. Welcome to the weekend. Yeah, but we're not always gonna have a 5/6/2, right? I could just draw the land naturally. That's true. Look at that. Nothing but net. Yeah, I agree, Bob. Tecatli being the thing we lose to seems fine. I would love another Risen Reef. This is probably the type of matchup that's like pretty reasonable for us here. They're gonna kill our Reef, but our Reef's already drawn 2 cards, and we're like gonna play a Reef, play 2 Leafkins next turn, and like have Mass Manipulation as a follow-up once we ramp up a little bit here. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so we're getting aggressive. We're getting aggressive. Okay. So I'm gonna grab Cavalier here. Do I have auto-ordered triggered abilities on? I do. Let's turn that off. So I think the plan here. So I don't have a land in my hand at the moment. I just take 10 here. I think I'm just gonna take 10. So I think my plan is to Cavalier, and I'm gonna stack this so the Cavalier resolves first, so I don't draw this Risen Reef, because that gives me a chance to draw another land next turn. So this trigger can draw a land here, and I'm gonna decline this because I can just do this now, because this comes into play tapped, whereas I haven't made a land drop for the turn. So if I decline revealing it, I can draw it and then play it as my land for the turn. And now I can go ahead and clone this. Trigger these. Take action. All right, now we just need to make it through. We just need to make it through this turn, and we get to manipulate them. This is the kind of sweet thing, right? Like we just have like this value plan going on. We're not dead to double. Are we dead? We're dead to double removal. We're not dead to single removal. Doom Whisperer, sure. Did you make that? I think I made that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're gonna grab 3 friendos here. I'm gonna grab 3 friends. You got a friend in me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Thanks, big fan of your content. Getting back into Magic after a 3-year break and having you yell strategy and your thoughts process help shake off the rust. Awesome, Blade Knight. Well, welcome to the community. It's good to have you here. I often say people don't quit Magic; they just take breaks. I think that's very true. Magic's the type of game that you get out of, and Arena's made it very easy for people to get back in that have taken breaks. I think that's one of the biggest things it's done. They are playing the Citadel deck, so the doming them for 10 there is pretty important. Yeah, and I think that's fine, Cummy Pizza. Like, the deck is just, like, playing good cards, too, so, like, that's definitely a strength that we have. We're just playing a bunch of good cards. So they could theoretically combo kill us here. It's unlikely, but it could theoretically be possible. Yeah, the blue-green flash deck is set on its edifying donation deck. It's doing a lot of awesome things. I agree with that assessment. All right, if they hit the Explore enchantment into some Explore creatures here, they could be good to go. Ooh, Vraska gives them a redraw and a point of health. That's really interesting. You don't think they're on the combo version? I mean, well, all they need for the combo version from here is just like a path of whatever, right? Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They only need 3 more cards to kill me too, right? Because I'm at 6 here. So if they can find 3 more castable spells, we die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more castable permanents. Is any issue to make to the modern elf deck you played the other day? Nope. Yep. That list that we've played for elves is one that we've been playing for a long time. If you're someone who's newer to my content, you'll definitely want to check out a lot of the past videos up on the website. There's a ton of them up there for that deck at this point. I would like 3 more friends, please. Do 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 do. I would like a manipulation. I would like some Brontodons to kill your artifact. I don't think I want to negate this matchup. I think I'd rather have Brontodon to like be able to kill it and block reasonably in the early game. I feel like I'm gonna have a hard-ish time protecting Tamiyo, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and trim her. That seems reasonable. Yeah, mass manipulation, scape shift, command the Dread Horde. All these things are big parts of the reasons why traditional mid-range decks really struggle in this format. And that's one of the things that's made it tough for like brewing and like deck submissions that people have been sending in. I'm going to be rejecting more mid-range decks that people send in, I think, because if you don't have these big go over the top elements, you're going to have a really hard time with them. We are officially, I would like everybody, note, don't throw a party all at once, but there is less than 64 weeks until 3 mana Teferi rotates. Mark your calendars. Any changes you made that you're happy with? I don't think so. I think the Planeswalker build is probably ideal. I'd really need to sit down and play a bunch against Esper Hero and Grixis. So soon. Yeah, very, very soon. I think 5 mana Teferi is fine. Yeah, so I think, and this is, again, we actually talked about this yesterday. I think complaints about cards like 5 mana Teferi and Nissa kind of muddy the water. I think I might actually write an article about this. I feel like complaints about those cards muddy the water in terms of like why 3 mana Teferi is actually such a terrible card in my opinion. Like cards like 5 mana Teferi and Nissa, these are just powerful top end bombs, and Magic is full of various powerful top end bombs. Like 5+ mana, these cards should be powerful in winning the game on their own. 3 mana Teferi, in my opinion, is a card that I would prefer not be around because it takes one of the most interesting things about Magic, that instant speed interaction on the stack, and says, nah, brah, we're gonna get rid of that. That's no good. People like Hearthstone. Play Hearthstone. Hey, Tret, thanks for the quarter viewer support. I appreciate that. Welcome. For keeping me around. Yeah, I'm gonna do at least 2 modern decks tomorrow morning for people that are into modern. And if you're a modern fan, make sure you tune in, because if our numbers are good after the first 2 decks, I plan to do 3 or 4. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see where it goes. Cardboard Light now has an update to its extension, which combines Deckmaster and Stream Decker. Does their desktop app run on Linux? Also Deckmaster, I don't really need one that does both, Brad, and Stream Decker integrates, what's the word that I'm searching for? So again, I'm going to decline to put this into play because I haven't played a land yet for the turn. So we'll do this and then cast Growth Spiral. Stream Decker integrates with my website too. So like, Stream Decker makes it so I can just like easily embed on my website. Yeah, Death Sprout's neat. It's like removal spell that also ramps them to Citadel, which is nice. I think Baby Death would be broken because I think there are infinite design knobs that you could twist to make 3 mana Teferi okay. I think you could make it cost more mana. I think you could, I think the easiest fix for 3 mana Teferi, and gosh, I wish we could have Rada cards. If 3 mana Teferi started with 3 loyalty, he would be perfectly fine. The biggest problem with 3 mana Teferi, past everything else that he does, is that he draws a card when he comes into play, so at worst, he's replaced himself. if you had to lose your Teferi to draw a card within the turn you played it, I think the card would be more than reasonable. Demadish, thank you for the 3 months of support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, or 4 mana doesn't punish you for playing 2-drop. I think there's just a ton of small ways they could have made it work out better than it actually did. Peace Ollie does Factor Fiction and SCG from a game designer point of view. I'd love to see his thoughts on the Warwalkers. Yeah, they'd probably be pretty interesting. Why doesn't Magic errata cards? They don't errata cards because it makes paper play confusing and awkward. I feel like we're probably dead here. They have a pretty high health total. So like this Doom Whisperer plus 2 Wildgrowth Walkers in play probably means they're going to be able to do some silly things with the Citadel. So what I've been doing with the Underlords segments that are scheduled on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, I've been doing 1 or 2 ranked games to start the stream so people get a chance to like fill in. And then I'm doing sub games after it. Hey, Green Hero, Miru, thank you for the brand new Prime Sport. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. I'm gonna go ahead and concede here. I think that hit means that they're gonna likely churn through and do whatever they want. I just wanted to participate. You're just gonna be in the subs Discord server. When we play the sub games on Underlords, I just post the party link in there. Maybe Cordemi. It depends on what the viewer count looks like. Depends on what the viewer count looks like and how the kids are behaving too. Because it'll be a Saturday, so the kids will be around. Day9 recommended you a while back, and I figured I should finally support you for making me a better Magic player. Well, I appreciate it. Day9 is good people. I saw him tweet that he was getting back from vacation. Looking forward to him streaming again soon. Yeah, they're supposed to be releasing a big balance patch next week, Croker. And, like, I know a lot of people that play a ton of Underlords are, like, kind of sick of the current format, but, like, I only play, like 10 hours a week, if that. With the 6 hours of streaming, like, I don't play a ton off-stream. So, like, there's still a little bit of variety because I haven't been hammering it into the ground. But I could definitely see people who've been playing, like, 12 hours a day, like, getting sick of it. Why do we have special corpse night, then? Well, if they don't kill old Reefer here, we get to copy it next turn. That's why we waited to play our land in case we drew an elf. I'm technically a blue source short of being able to manipulate here. Cast an explore creature. Ding, ding, ding. Hey, Turnpike Bear. Thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Happy Friday, folks. We're up over 1,000 people already. That's awesome. I think we're gonna run long today. We got a lot of sweet standard decks in the queue. Want to churn through them and see what's up. That card is a good one to know about. I think as someone who hasn't played a ton of Underlords, I think if you think Druids are too good, you need to reevaluate a little bit. If there was anything that kind of needed a rebalance, I think Knights are maybe a little bit too strong. I think Druids are pretty reasonable. Druids are like a good early game faction that kind of fall off hard in the late game. Triggers. This is pretty sweet. This is pretty sweet. Woohoo! Papi! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just inject the ramp directly into my veins. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 11. We have risen, chat. We can Tamiyo pick back up. Replicate next turn. Or do I just take their board? I should probably just take their board, right? That's probably the appropriate line. Fine, I'll make the good play. Oh, I technically missed a point of damage. I should have tapped this instead of this. I played Knights and Trolls in second place in my last 3 rounds on Underlords. Trolls are pretty good too. Trolls. I feel like if you nerf Knights a little bit, the Troll Knife build works out fine though. Yeah, so much for 1 blue source away, right? Alright, so what do I want to do here? So Tamiyo impulses through 4 cards, but if I pick this up, I draw 3 cards. So I might as well just do this, right? Just like draw 3. We're looking for a Brontodon here. Yikes. Yikes. Alright, well, you know. Every point of health we deal means they have less resources to work with next turn. Yeah, the troll passive is super strong. I agree with that. It was like, it's not a bad turn. Veil of Summer, sure. This is a kind of awkward card to have in your deck. This Duress seems much better than Veil of Summer. Hey, you like my 3 mana draw 4? How does it make you feel on the inside? 36 cards in our deck. They're down to 3. You know what sucks here? They might concede before we can do the thing. That's the worst part about this position. They might concede before we do the thing. Climate change is destroying this deck. that one's too close to home. What a tilt. What a terrible tilt. Hey, Krosasa, it is currently morning for me. We're a little bit, 15 more minutes here. And 20 gems. Ho-ho! Seaweed tribal. Cloning Cavaliers and Reefs is like kind of gasoline. It's kind of sweet. In. Now, we're not playing this deck to mulligan turn 1 Llanowar Elves. Alright, I would like one of your finest growth spirals or mana creatures, please. As the kids say, it's lit. Lit AF, fam. I believe the kids would say. Oh no! Syncopate. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if they're playing the flash deck. Alright. Bombs. Oh man. Lit as funky. AF stands for as funky. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the terms that the children use. Alright, so we're probably getting dumpstered. Our counter spells are the natural predator to ramp decks. And our opponents got counter spells in spades. Oh no. We need a 3 mana Teferi Splash, chat. We need a 3 mana Teferi Splash. Yeah, the blue-green flash deck is very good at saying no. Very good at saying no. Candleman, thanks for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one. So, one of the strengths of Replicate in this deck is that after you cast it, you can Tamiyo it back and cast it again. It's also just cheaper, which is nice. This hand's a little mediocre. It's got Elf on one, though. Oh, if I'd have played Breeding Pool on one, I could Jace next turn. That's something to think about. And something to think about. If I would have played this on one, I could do this. You remember when decks would get cool nicknames and a flash deck would be called Paparazzi? I don't think I've ever heard a flash deck referred to as Paparazzi. Ah, didn't matter. Yeah, Frilled Mystics like my spirit animal, so I really hope this deck isn't just a flash in the pan. I hope it's a flash in the format that sticks around. Negate? Nope.
I've got them all figured out. Think this through.
Hey, just lucky. So 12 months of support, I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You're having a good one wherever you are. If they attack with this, I'm going to trade. Be kind of surprised if they attack with this because it's going to get bigger.
Don't test me.
We resolved Divination, chat. Isn't that exciting? I like Divination. Oh no! We milled our Risen Reef, chat. Not my Risen Reef. Hey, Dr. Bellagio. Thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantabulous Friday wherever you are. Thanks for keeping me around. Should have built our opponent so we didn't flip over good cards. That'd have been the clairvoyant line. I'm gonna double block here so I can draw another card with Jace.
Well
I
played.
think that's worth the trade for us.
It's a matter of give and take.
Yeah, we are so bad at this. Ah! Gotcha! We're incredibly dead, but I did at least get to do that, so you know. It's the small things, chat. It's the small things that bring me joy. People wanted to cut this for other clone effects. Ye of little faith.
Momentary.
Alright, so we need to draw Cavalier and hope they don't have Frilled Mystic. Ah, draws a card. Serum Visions. Serum Visions. Smells like fish over there. I'm gonna hang tight on that one since I have this negate. I have a bunch more mana next turn. I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good golly. It's gonna get a yikes from me, dog. Oh no! They're gonna diddle my Risen Reef! Wow, that's rude. Yeah, Cutthroat's been super impressive. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. All right, we're gonna give it one more go here, but feels rough, man. Feels aggroed, man. Best Beard NA, thanks for the half a year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Is Underlords working on your phone? I played a game at the gym this morning. I got third, but it still promoted me to Big Boss 2, so that's exciting. I almost got second. The second place person died like 2 moments after I did. You know, it'll be interesting to see how the next few weeks shake out. So we've got tomorrow is the standard tournament at Star City Games, first major tournament with the new cards, and we've got a Grand Prix the following weekend. So we'll see if we have more Esper with no M20 cards doing well or not. There's something new. Good news! I just got a call from Visa/MasterCard. I'm qualified for 0% interest on all my cards. I just have to give them my credit card numbers and social, and they said they would take care of the rest. Have some bits for me saving money. Should we tell him, chat? Should we tell him? I feel like we should. Let's just let him be happy, okay? Let's just let him be happy. No, so, and this is why the rebranding's confusing. So Grand Prix still exist. The Grand Prix is the Magic tournament that happens at the Magic Fest. So there are Magic Fests, but they have Grand Prix at them. Does that make sense? If that makes sense to you, you're qualified to be a member of Wizards' organized play team. You should apply online. Oh. I'd encourage you to list me as a reference. We are one reef away from making Atlantis. Yeah. I think it's interesting that we're what? We're over halfway into the Sorry, back to completing the thought from before I was getting dumpstered. I think it's interesting that we're halfway into the year, and joke's on you, Stifle. I think it's interesting that we're halfway into the year and we still don't know how organized play works next year. It's an interesting decision.
Let me aid your research.
It's the third. Oh, see, I shoulda. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Danger. Danger. value. All right. If they don't have a removal spell for this, we can block and pick back up manipulation. Oh no. Alright, so Negate and Disdainful Stroke sound great. Manipulation's probably fine. Veil of Summer's probably fine. I think I'm gonna cut my Leafkin Druids against their deck. I think I'm also gonna trim some of these, because they're probably gonna kill a lot of my stuff, and I'm probably not gonna have a lot of things to copy a lot of the time. Yeah, we got some good tools here. We're boarding up to 6 counter spells post board. Yeah, I saw, I was watching a little bit of Martin Yuza stream at the gym this morning, and he was playing something similar to what the opponent's playing right now. How's the deck? This one's been a little clunky and awkward. We beat up one of the mid-range decks that we played against, but we've kind of just been getting run over by things that are just lower to the ground and more efficient than we are. Really want to draw an untapped blue source next turn so we can curve Jace into Cavalier. Just like we drew it up. Might have a runaway on the play here. Maybe. Ooh, that's a good sign. It's a good sign. White ley line. Yikes. Oh, that was, whoopsie poopsie.
Let's try this.
Sorry, little elf. Yeah, Jace is very much in our deck to target ourselves. Cavalier of Thorns is so good. Volpsastro, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Let's do this now. Creepy, thanks for re-upping that Prime support. Happy Friday. Would you like to block? Because I would like a negate. What makes Cavalier so good? It's irrelevant. It has good stats. It has reach. We have lots of things to do with our mana, so getting more mana into play is good. And when it dies, it takes the best card from my graveyard and puts it back on top of my deck. My only thoughts on people posting rank 1 decks in general is that the ladder, especially right now, is a lot of people trying lots of weird brews, and anyone getting to rank 1 with anything in particular, I would not put a ton of merit into that deck being necessarily optimal or competitive as the season goes on. I think it's exciting and fun, but just like when we talk about the result of our deck doesn't determine if it's good or bad here, that applies other places too. Yikes, my poor Disdainful Stroke. Is this the only Cavalier that's any good? No, I don't think so. I think all the Cavaliers are, like, pretty reasonable in different ways. Opponents surveilled a card to the top there, so probably gonna mill them with Jace. Blight Beetle is an interesting answer to Nissa. That is an interesting thought. Does Beetle not beat Nissa? How is that card worded? I agree with you, actually. I honestly would not be surprised if all the Cavaliers did found a home eventually. Oh yeah, I know my way around downtown Indy really well. Between Gen Con and like various Magic tournaments, I spent a lot of time in downtown Indy.
Excellent informant for my study. I have learned much from my ancestors.
I'm gonna go ahead and just hold up. I guess I could play this, and if I hit an untapped land, I still have a counterspell up. But it seems like an unnecessary risk not just have double counter here. Yeah, I know they drew the card they surveilled, but I wanted to draw the Negate I put on top of my deck. Sure. I'm going to a wedding in downtown Indy soon. I have a lot of downtime. Is there anywhere I should really drink or grab a bite to eat? The Ram is kind of like one of the places people always recommend folks go. They're pretty good. They're a bar restaurant that is pretty reasonable food. Yeah, Volps knows. Draw 7 cards. Then if your library has no cards, that you win the game. We're not quite at that point yet. Yeah, I should have tapped it in response, technically. It's a good call. There's 3 Negates in my deck. Just grab name one of those.
Seek and find.
Whoa! I typed in the Tamiyo box and my application didn't crash. That's wild. I wonder if they have a stroke of their own. Should have done these in the opposite order, chat. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
It's a matter of give and take.
Don't attack with the Cavalier. We might win without combat. That's true. That's true. Should we wait? There's 16 cards in my deck. Alright, we're gonna win without attacking. This is our last match with this deck. I feel like we're obligated to win without attacking. Morks, thanks for the 10-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I feel like rather than casting shared summoning, I'd rather just have another Bomazumail. Like, when is shared summoning better than just like playing another expensive thing that immediately impacts the board? Kraken Null, thanks to the 11 months there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Happy Friday. Blight Beetle was killing Nissa lands and creases. That's funny. There's one other place we always go. BCW Supplies, one of the sponsors of the stream. They do a get together every year for people that in the industry that I go to. Rock Bottom Brewery is pretty good in Indy too. Let's pick a Negate up. Actually, I think I'm gonna pick up Disdainful Stroke here because they could just start hard casting Fatty soon. Deal? Oh, it has the one that I'm already targeting pulled up. That's really nice. I'll take... How about another Cavalier?
I follow the tracks of
Alright,
the
mill you so I can draw my Cavalier. Cast my Cavalier. The fact that the Cavalier land comes into play untapped takes some getting used to. That's usually not how those effects are templated. All right, and we'll get the Jace win next turn. So that's exciting. At least we got to do the thing once, right? You know, that's all you could really ask for. We get to do the thing. Ah! Let me win! Opponent isn't a fan of fun. They took away my joy, chat. They took away my joy. We were robbed. We were robbed. Ugh. It's a hard knock life trying to meme in the mythic bracket, chat. All these serious people not letting us meme. For people that are just dropping in that weren't here earlier, you'll notice the Teferi counter gives us reason to celebrate. In less than 64 weeks, 3-mana Teferi will rotate. That's exciting. I'm getting amped up personally. Time's a ticking. Tick-tock goes the Teferi clock. You just wait for M21 when they reprint him. No! Opponent, you conceded. Did you go away when you conceded? You could have just let me win with my Jace if you were gonna walk away anyways. Do 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 do. Have they ever reprinted a Planeswalker? Yeah, but I doubt we'd see a reprint of these static effect ones. Yeah, Naya Feather's a lot of fun. Like I said, people ask me, like, what do I think the impact of M20 is going to be? I think a lot of it is going to be things like that, like Naya Feather. These decks that were, like, okay last season or good that just get a few small upgrades. Things like Esper getting tap lands and stuff, temples. No, I actually got started a little bit late today, puppy. So we've been live for a little over an hour. This is almost at the end of the first deck. Yeah, stroke me, puppy, stroke me. Set sails for dragons. We could get dragon next turn. They didn't bin a fatty. That's exciting.
Let us see if your talents are worth having.
I'm gonna just guaranteed draw a card with this right away, I think. I'll grab this Cavalier of Thorns.
Never forgotten.
We'll probably start plussing her, naming Negate next turn. Here's a Zatalpa.
I noted this somewhere.
The fact that this deck has so many ways to flip Cavaliers into the bin, so your Cavaliers put Cavaliers on top of your deck is really gross. Yeah, if you're someone who has a limited supply of wild cards, I'd recommend waiting to craft Simic Flash until we confirm that it has staying power after a couple of tournaments. Because as someone who really wants that style of deck to be good, it's the style of deck that 3-mana Teferi tends to make sad. Yeah, it does kind of disguise the fact that I have this Negate here, in a way. There's a Negate in the bin. I just minus and pick that up. I think I just minus and pick that up. I'm gonna grab Disdainful Stroke, actually. Sure. I think I just want a Planeswalker here, right? To generate card advantage. So it's like, I already have a Tamiyo, so we'll just like grab Jace. I've already got Tam here. Sure.
The storied past.
Opponent missing some land drops here. Yeah, this deck's super resilient to removal spells. This deck seems fine. This deck seems like one of the many things in this format that's going to get to beat up mid-range and control decks. But this deck will probably, like, not even probably. We've gotten run over by aggro decks in this set so far, right? Which is about what I'd expect a deck like this to do.
Manipulation of the
Hey, what's going on, Ian? I think I just want to hold this Negate. Yeah, I'm just going to attack for one. The big 40 over the hill, practically ancient. Thank you for the absurd amount of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Nope. Veil of Summer is sweet.
Like the phases of the moon.
This deck's been a little clunky, Caboose. It's been good against people who are also clunky, but it's had a hard time with people trying to get under it.
No tail should be discarded.
I am super excited to Veil of Summer their Negate. Shishisha! Thought you pulled a sneaky on me, did you? Thought you were gonna do it? Thought you were gonna do it? Teaching Calc 1 and Calc 3 at my local community college this fall. Any pointers on how to make friends and influence students? Well, you aren't the student's friend. That's definitely tip 1. Don't be their friend, be their teacher. That would be my primary tip. Sorry, take 2. To focus on this, to wrap up for a second, if you're playing into mono greed, this is probably fine just because our deck has a lot of counter spells and we have a lot of ways to go over the top, but I honestly am not sure in just 2 colors here if there's really a good way to make this not be a pretty big dog to the aggressive decks that are getting under us. Like, without something like shock or some kind of sweeper effect in order to keep them from getting and developing their board, I feel like we're just gonna have a pretty hard time, right? So, speaking of